Okay. So Johnson on Bounce TV season
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 four.
4.
Seasons in,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
4 seasons in.
August 3rd, season 4.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to binge watch because for the longest I could not find Bounce on my Hulu Plus. I was on Amazon. It was like pull up Chocolate City. No, I'm just playing. It's not Chocolate City.
You talking about brown sugar?
I know. I'm just playing when I said Chocolate City. I'm trying to be Earthquake right now. See, it didn't work. So I had to explain the joke. Okay.
I got it. I
Your
got
job. You get to keep your job.
Thank you.
So, did you guys ever thought you would be here at season 4?
Yes.
I did.
Well, I mean, you hope to be at season 4 once you start, but there's a lot of obstacles you have to overcome to get this far, to 4 seasons of a show.
Right.
People have to like the show. The network has to see the value in the show. The show has to make money. There's a lot of obstacles, so it's very, very difficult to get to 4 seasons on any show on any network. So, like Earthquake said, we saw this happening, but it's still surreal sometimes when you really think about it.
I thought you guys was gonna do, tape 100 episodes like Tyler Perry and just, rolling on out.
That's a little tough for us just because of the way that we shoot. So we
Right.
shoot all on location in Atlanta. We don't
Wait a
shoot on the
minute.
downstage.
Y'all shoot on location in Atlanta. I've known Thomas 15 years. I've never been invited to set.
Oh,
You see the wrongness in that whole scenario right there?
You gotta blame Deji, man. He had me in character the whole time.
Well, I will say
Oh, okay.
the first 2 seasons we were under COVID, so we had very strict regulations. I think
Okay,
it just
Atlanta
sort of-
never shut down. So
Yeah.
we can't even use that excuse. We
Well,
shut
we
down
had- we-
about
we-
2 weeks.
Well, we had a lot of COVID protocol
Oh.
we had to follow because some of the actors got COVID, they couldn't work, which set us back. Pushed the budget, back. Everything got pushed back, so we had to be super streamlined with the COVID
Okay, so y'all was looking out for my interest. I get it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
all for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't want you to catch the hot shoe.
Right, for real. Earthquake, how is it working with these guys?
They make you comfortable as an actor, as a comedian. They conform the role so that you can completely understand exactly what you're doing. Great director and great set. I mean, the people are receptive to you. It was a blast. I had a great time.
You never know what you're gonna get working with somebody like Earthquake. He's a star, right? D.L. Hughley. These guys are stars. These guys are legends in the game, and they come on set and you're ready. You have great material. Professionally, you have everything in order, but you just never know in this business. And then when they jump on set and they're as humble as they are, they're as prepared as they are, as professional as they are, and you feel like you've known them forever. It's just really, really great synergy. So from Earthquake to DL to Cedric, these are our brothers, and we couldn't have asked for a better working relationship with this guy.
Well, yeah, one of the best, man. He's obviously a legendary comedian, but also just a great person. He understands the concept and the idea of the show. He believes in that. As a black man, he understands what we're trying to accomplish. So that means a lot. Being able to work with somebody like him to bring his audience, his talents, but also bring his humility to the show. And a lot.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
So with that being said, I want to know, when Earthquake and DL, did you guys just say, you know what, just write your own lines so the script supervisor don't have to do a rewrite every time they say something, because it ain't gonna be on script.
You can't do him like that. He's such a great writer. And when she gives it to you, you're like, okay, I see it. Some other people where you read it, you're like, I wouldn't say that. Or the character wouldn't say that.
Right.
And you be on the set so long, you forget who you are. But he writes so good that it translates. So every word that came out of my mouth came from his pen. And he had it. There's some work that you get in your hand, and you're like, okay, this man gets it.
And the reason for that is I try to fuse who the artists are, who the actors are on the character with the actual character when I write for them. So I'm looking at Quake, and I'm like, okay, I'm writing for the character Booker, but I want to write it in Quake's voice and things that he would say. So I try to predict some things that he would say, but he definitely adds to the character. He brings really great improvisation, and we definitely use some of that on the show as well. So he brings more life to the character than I ever imagined.
Yeah, he does. He does. He does.
Thank
He's
you.
so funny. Like I'm born and raised in LA, so I used to have my ticket at every comedy show there was, because in real estate, which is what I was in LA, I just needed lots of laughter. So I was at the comedy club every night. There could be a comedy night. And when Earthquake, I think you came here, it was a long time ago with Tony Rock. Was it Tony Rock? Yes. And he did this show out here. And let me tell you, everybody came from all over, from North Carolina to all the bordering cities. And that's what we should have been doing while y'all was filming, is sliding in some shows. Hello. Okay.
Well, I was.
That's how you raised up your petty cash.
Well, my bills didn't get COVID. They were still living. So I had to work on it, you know what I mean? My bills took the vaccine, so they was cured. They was healed. So I had to keep working. But these brothers are great, the way they make you feel, on the set. And it's just a privilege and an honor just to be a part of this show. And for me personally, for any brothers that's doing anything, I'm always down for it. And, I met these brothers, and when I was humbled that when Sid told me that I want to be a part of, I said, sure. And then when I met them and got on the set, it just let me know that's where I'm supposed to be. And I hope to continue on if we get a season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th, and 10th.
Now, what I love is that two Black men can get together as executive producers, as co-creators, and stay together. But Earthquake, don't look at them when I ask you this. Have you seen a real fist fight on set yet?
No. I mean, not at all. Because it's not that type of atmosphere. We are,
Okay.
And metaphorically speaking, we are a team that wants to win. Everybody wants to win. Everybody roots for each other. Everybody comes to each other, from the person that works in catering to the PA, all together to understand we win as a team.
Right.
And we want to see it succeed. And the story needs to be told, because there's 4 brothers that I keep saying this repeatedly, that holds each other accountable for each other. And that's something that's missing in our community. These brothers tell the other brother, you're wrong. You're still my boy. I love you, but you're foul. You're not doing that right. You know what I mean? And if we had more accountability from the top, to the people that supposed to be balling, to the people that's on the street on the corner that supposed to be slanging. We had more of that in our community, we would have less of the friction, in my humble opinion, in our community. And this is what this show is about. And they're all different. Ain't no such thing as one brother is the real one. We all are different, and we still, because no one can sit here and say what a Black man is other than a Black man. And we all different. Monolithically, we're not that. We as all. And he's just as a real brother as the next. We know what I want to say. But he's as real as this and ever. And nobody should be able to pick who's a real one and who's not a real.
Yeah, I love that. Because, when me and Earthquake was growing up, we had Mike Concepcion, and that kept everybody telling the truth. Amongst our midst. So we wasn't accountability. It was me. Don't shoot. It was me. Like literally. Okay. So we were from an era, when they took it more serious, and your word meant your word, or it might mean your life if it didn't mean it, but today loyalty is so.
Yeah, man. Well, just to kind of follow on what you're talking about, loyalty, in your word being your word. Deji and I have been partners since 2017. We don't have a contract. We don't have a written contract. It's our word. That's literally what you just said. You have 2 Black men who are, equally yoked in regards to how we see the world. We understand the stakes of this show. We understand the stakes of being Black. specifically being Black men, and we understand how important it is for us to hold each other accountable, but also take care of each other, protect each other, and protect our women. You know what I'm saying? So we put all of that energy into the show. And, you know, I couldn't have found a better partner to work with in Deji, one of the most talented writers I've ever met, one of the most talented editors, directors, producers. I've learned so much from him in the last 7 years that we've been working together, that I'll always have to, you know, give him his flowers and appreciate him for that. And I think that's the energy that transcends through the set. We have a lot of Black men on our set, you know, specifically we hire Black men just so we can mentor them in real time, and they can see Deji and I and our relationship. When things aren't good on set, they see how we interact. When things are bad, they see how we interact. And that translates because a lot of those guys are up and coming producers, up and coming artists, up and coming actors, and it gives them hope. So yeah, the show within itself is represented by Deji and I's relationship 100%.
Now, stories, because they're so in real time, like what's happening today with the relationships and everything. Is there any particular family members you guys target? Like whose family is the craziest scenario? Or is it a conglomeration of a little of Aunt Susie and my ex-girlfriend? And we know all the Earthquake's exes, you know, fit in there. And D.L. Hughley, I'm sure he got some scenarios like, you know, like how do you guys, it's like you can't make this stuff up because it happens.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that we try to do on this show is just pay attention to the culture. Have our eyes glued to the culture, you know, be immersed in it, see what's going on, see what's affecting us in our community, you know, figure out solutions to problems, you know, and so we borrow from that. You know, I think, you know, the main thing is we want this show to be so culturally responsible, you know, make sure we're highlighting the good, highlighting the not so good, but also being solution oriented. You know, these characters are flawed, you know, but they all have good intentions. And I know a bunch of guys just like Omar. I know a bunch of guys just like Greg. I know a bunch of guys just like the other guys, you know, Keith and Jarvis. I only know one guy like Earthquake though.
Well, you know, there's a lot of guys out there, you know, moving in there, getting your mama, you know, mama need love.
That's why we call him an OG.
You guys like Booker though. You guys like
Come on over there.
Yeah. So you know, so it's things that we know that affect our community. Like with Booker's character, you know, he's dating Keith's mom. It's a hilarious relationship that they have. It's a contentious relationship that he has with her son Keith. But the point of that narrative is to show that she's older. She raised her son. She probably, you know, was a little bit maybe too overprotective when it comes to him. He's latched onto her more than he should be, you know, but she's still deserving of love. You know, she's older and she can date, she can have fun, she can go out, she can travel. In season 4, they're just getting back. When we see them, they're just getting back from overseas, you know, and hanging out on the beach. So,
taking mama around the world.
Yeah. So
He reminded me of Baby Boy's mama meets David Allen Greer with his parents. It was like a little mixture of all of them in there.
Love doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Love doesn't stop. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't stop. And I love to see that. I don't know who was supposed to be older. No, I'm just kidding. But they seem like they were like compatible in age, kind of. She actually looks really young, but I know TV can make you look young. I know that Black don't crack, so Earthquake still look, 49-ish.
Hell yeah.
Right. So, and his energy is like, it's not that old school player from the Himalayas energy. It's still like, like mama deserves to have fun, some grown people fun.
Yeah.
And her son is kind of like, this is not happening. Like,
you know what I mean? And nobody really, I mean, I wants to imagine their moms having sex and stuff like that, and see how all of them
You
look
be
at
laying on the
they
PDA though. You be laying on
they
the
sit
PDA.
there with their mom on there, and you got a dude over there just openly affectionate with your mother.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
you
they-
was licking on her shoulder in
It's
front
hard
of
to
her son.
digest, huh?
I saw a clip where you was licking on her shoulders in front of her son, literally.
I did that delivery. Time I'm tearing your mom up. So make sure you just don't drop in, or you might be dropping in.
I can't with you guys.
Your mama there. How you think you got here? Exactly.
And I do love that you can watch the seasons over and over and over. Like a lot of times I caught myself just rewatching and going back to the beginning when you finish, like I do Suits right now, just because it's something you miss, So it doesn't give you a typical time zone. And it's just funny. Like how many times we didn't watch Good Times a billion times and laughed like it was the first time we ever heard the joke. Okay. So
It's
I
a good
like
watch.
one of those.
Yeah. People hit us all the time and say that they binge watched the whole season, all 3 seasons in like a weekend, right?
Yeah.
Somebody just said they watched it for the 50th time or
Yeah,
something
somebody
yesterday.
said
No, for real. Because it ain't nothing good on TV no more. Like everything just goes all the way left.
Yeah.
Or all the way put you to sleep. So that's
Yeah.
one of those in between things. If your kids are in the room, it ain't like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Right.
like Idgerton. Sometimes you be like, wait a minute. It just gets a little too much, So I love you guys kept that in mind, kept family in mind, kept relationships in mind. It's like you guys didn't not keep anything in mind. So I love it.
Yeah, everything is intentional. Thomas and I work closely together. When these stories come, we work together and we challenge each other. We question each other. I have ideas and he's like, well, what about this? And then we compare and we figure out what the best idea is and we go forward with that. And every single thing that we put into the show is intentional and we question it. Nothing's an accident. And there's a meaning for it. We want high representation, as much representation as possible for as many people as possible, because representation inspires, and that's what we want to show.
Well, you're doing a really good job. Now, y'all not in Atlanta right now, are you?
No.
We're in New
Y'all are
York.
in Atlanta and we're doing this via Zoom. I'm gonna be like
No.
really, really, really upset.
We're in New York. We're in New York doing press.
Okay. I couldn't tell, we got so many high rises, so many buildings are popping up here left and right. I don't even recognize Atlantic Station anymore from month to month. So
Yep.
I can't look in the background and see where you at here anymore.
I'll be in Atlanta soon, though.
What?
I'll be in Atlanta soon.
Awesome.
What'd you say?
I'm just
I'm
playing.
sure.
He heard me on Earthquake. He heard me. If he
Fairly soon.
Excuse me,
Fairly
give us a
soon.
date.
Fairly soon. So
Okay, well, we got, so we have our print issue of another magazine coming up that I write for. So maybe AVI can get me some good high gloss images so I can, of the 3 of you, since y'all showed up, it wouldn't be fair to put nobody in it that didn't show up. So I could put you guys in the print magazine that's nationwide on the shelf.
Be great. Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you. Yeah.
You got some-
Only if Thomas give you his number.
Yeah, so-
I got you.
We bargaining now. Now we bartering.
Negotiating.
All right. I don't want to make you guys late for any other interviews. Thank you for your time. Thank you so
Good
much.
seeing you, sister.
Thank you.
Stay blessed.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.